This event showcases innovative industrial products with knowledge sessions. Third event, this 75 years and 75 innovations, is being organized by a machine maker in collaboration, of course, through our student and faculty achievements. A vibrant work culture at PCCOE also forms a major contributor in our brand building, sir. We have set a vision of appearing into first 100 engineering institutes of India, and that vision we have set for 5 years. In 5 years, we are going to be in 100 institutes of India. All 5 undergraduate programs, civil, mechanical, electronics and telecommunication, computer, information technology, and mechanical engineering, are recently accredited by NBA for 3 years. We also have a NAC accreditation of A grade, sir. In line with the guidelines of National Education Policy, NEP 2020, PCCOE has become the first engineering college in the state of Maharashtra to begin an undergraduate program, BTech Computer, in regional language, that is Marathi. The program is being successfully run for last 2 years in a blended mode to the satisfaction of the students. Besides academic discipline, collaboration with industries has become our strength. PCCOE has a proactive research culture. Currently, we have 2 DST projects worth rupees 65 lakh rupees. Out of those 2 projects, one is related to cervical cancer. Our biomedical engineering research group is very active, sir. We also encourage our faculty through the conceptual funding, seed funding called Jidnyasa funding. Last year, 6 of our faculty members received Jidnyasa funding of 2 lakh rupees each. We also fund Udyog Jidnyasa, some concept in industry. If it is to be developed by a faculty, then we, PCCOE, provides funding to this. So Udyog Jidnyasa funding has been 7 lakh rupees in last year. PCCOE is also recognized as Scientific and Industrial Research Organization of DST. What does it mean? What does this recognition mean? This recognition enables research funding to us to be 100% tax exempted. So for my industrial collaborators, this information is very important. Suppose you support a research funding, suppose you give a research project to PCCOE, it will be 100% tax exempted because we are recognized as Scientific and Industrial Research Organization. Nearly the funding of 25 to 35 lakh rupees we received, and that disbursed in the last year. We have 60 patents filed in the last year only. Out of that, 14 are granted, and 200 publications we had on our account in 1 year only. We give incentives to our faculty members and students for publications. Nearly 15 to 20 lakh rupees we disbursed to faculty members towards incentive. About the conference. Under the captainship of our 2 general chairs, Dr. Kishore Kinge, who is chairing ICCUBEA 2023, and Dr. Ajay Gaikwad of MACE 2023, a team of nearly 200 faculty members worked relentlessly to bring the dream of conference organization into reality. I appreciate and acknowledge their motivation and efforts here. Dear participants, volunteers will always be happy to assist you in the coming 2 days. I express my gratitude to all our sponsors for their timely and generous help. I also thank international resource persons as well as participants for sparing time to visit PCCOE for the conference. I make a special mention and specially thank Ms. Katia Vutova from Bulgaria for gracing this conference. Thank you, ma'am. Our association takes a concrete shape and strength in future I am sure about the outcome of the conference to be mutually beneficial. Pune is a pleasant city and is regarded as Oxford of the East. Hope you enjoy the climate of...
Thank you so much, sir. Before we delve into the intricate details and discussions of this year's conference, it's essential to understand where we had been, where we are today, and where we are heading. Every event has a history, a backdrop, and something that aligns its tomorrow. It gives me immense pleasure to invite Dr. Kishore Kinge, General Chair, ICCUBEA 2023, to furnish us with the insights of previously held conferences. Please, sir.
Good morning, yes, Professor Dr. Suresh Gosavi and other dignitaries on the dais. For this conference, we have plenary speakers, Dr. Katia Vutova from Bulgaria, keynote speakers, Dr. Mariam Shojiel from IIT Bombay, and Mr. Prasad Shetty, Executive Vice President, Capgemini Engineering. Tomorrow, for valedictory function, we also have Dr. Deepak Phatak, Professor Emeritus, IIT Bombay, as welcome, our platinum sponsor, Capgemini, and delegates, technical sponsor, SAE Electronics Forum, and delegates. The conference offers an opportunity for global networking to bring together renowned speakers, researchers, and academicians around the globe, and serves as a platform to deliver innovative research results, latest trends, developments, and to initiate collaborations within and across disciplines for the advancements in the closely interlinked domains of computing, communications, control, and automation. The activity of ICCUBEA 2023 began in the month of October 23 with IEEE Pune section delegates. IEEE kindly consents as technical partner. The first announcement for the call-up paper was till 10th May 2023. Then the second call was till 25th May 2023. ICCUBEA 2023 received almost 1,250 papers throughout India and 5 countries. There were 463 reviewers who ensured the quality of papers and shortlisted 358 out of those, which includes 344 national papers and 14 international papers. There are 13 tracks planned, such as signal and image processing, robotics, control and automation, communication technologies, energy and power electronics, VLSI and embedded systems, electronics and societal applications, mathematical modeling and simulation, Internet of Things and computer networks, image processing and computer vision, computer applications and business management. The reviewers and track chairs ensured the completion of review process in time. We will submit the accepted and presented papers to IEEE conference proceedings, which will be subsequently indexed by Scopus. It is rightly believed that solid research and its presentation in a precise and credible manner paves way to what leads to pursuit of excellence. This conference will not only showcase the works of the best brains in the room, but will also honor their relentless contribution to their respective fields. I once again welcome and extend my heartfelt wishes to all our esteemed delegates, participants, who are committed to make genuine and reliable contributions to the scientific community, and congratulate the organizing team for their efforts in creating such a global platform for academicians and researchers. I hope this 7th International Conference on Computing, Communication, Control and Automation will challenge and inspire you and result in new knowledge, collaborations and friendships. Wish you all have a great time here at this conference over the next 2 days. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. I now request Dr. Ajay Gaikwad, General Chair, IMACE 2023, to bring forth the facts for the previously held conference. Sir, please.
Well, due to time constraint, I will go with scripted one, please. Let's go green to get our globe clean. Good morning all. I, Dr. Ajay Gaikwad, as the General Chair of IMACE 2023, with my entire team of IMACE, that is Second International Conference on Innovations in Mechanical and Civil Engineering. It really gives me a great pleasure and honor to extend my warm welcome on behalf of the entire International IMACE 2023 team. I wish to take this opportunity to first of all welcome all the participants throughout the India, rightly from Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Karnataka, Bangalore more, Tamil Nadu and even out of India, Ethiopia and 2 more countries. Various colleges, institutes and universities as the representatives in the form of students, lecturers and researchers have came. A welcome from the entire team. I also extend my welcome to the chief guest, Dr. Suresh Gosai sir, Vice Chancellor, Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune. Our today chief guest, Sri Anil Datar sir, ex-director at ARD, Armamental Research Development and Estate, DRDO, Ministry of Defence, Government of India, but Pune session. I also welcome Dr. Chaskar sir, Dean Science and Technology, Savitribai Phule Pune University. Dr. Mrs. Surekha Deshmukh ma'am, Chair, IEEE, Pune section. Dr. Govind Kulkarni sir, our director sir, and other general chair along with me is Dr. Kinje sir. I hope today's event will serve as a catalyst for strengthening the international cooperations on the transfer of knowledge. I am very much thankful to the advisory board, members of international and national level, IMACE 2023. Even I will welcome them also for their constant supports and guidance throughout the conference. I extend my welcome to all the plenary session chairs, speakers, keynote speakers, external session chairs. Thank you very much for acceptance of the invitations and welcome again. I strongly hope that all the distinguished guests on the dais gathered here will all offer a generous support and encouragement to all the success of this event at every platform. Our conference can succeed only with the continued interest and support from diverse parties, including our PCTs, PCCOE, SPPU, industries, sponsors also. The theme of this conference is Green and Smart System, and we have offered 9 tracks from mechanical engineering, namely mechanical modeling, simulation and optimization techniques, smart materials, biomedical engineering and technology, thermal and fluid mechanics, alternative and renewable energy, smart manufacturing, sustainability in design, industry 4.0, mobility, and the last one is interdisciplinary and other emerging topics. Whereas 5 tracks from civil engineering, waste and water management plans for sustainable environment, smart cities and construction technology, alternative structural designs, transportation and environmental geomatics, automation and soft computing in civil engineering. The first conference, IMACE 2022, was sustainable development, and the second one, IMACE 2023, is on green and smart systems. Rather, conference such as this provides opportunity to talk more about green and smart system challenges, share best practices, and discuss groundbreaking scientific research and technologies that will help to grow, to adapt, and to innovate so that we can meet the challenges and need of the society. With your valuable guidance and support, IMACE 2023, the entire PCCOE family, once again, I am most grateful for your participation and supports. A big welcome and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this overview. It indeed a challenge to organize such a symposia. Thank you, Dr. Kishore Kinge and Dr. Ajay Gaikwad, for enlightening the audience. Understanding the origins and ethos of an organization provides invaluable context to its present endeavors and future aspirations. I now call upon Sri Hari Shankar, Managing Director, Machine Maker, to shed light on its foundational journey and the values that underpin its success. Please, sir.
Very good morning to all of you. Dignitaries on the dais and all the dignitaries of the dais. As our beloved Dr. Govind Kulkarni told, today, along with these two international conferences, we are also kickstarting a dream or a mission, the initiative called 75 Years, 75 Innovations. So, the idea or the seed of this was given to us none other than our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi. During March 2022, he announced Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, where he set 75 weeks of celebrations to look at our achievements, to set some actions. And now we know that he have taken it to next 25 years, till next our 100 years when India is going to celebrate its century. Friends, it is a great privilege for me that I stand in this institute, prestigious institute, to invoke about what Indian manufacturing have done for the last 75 years. India is such a beautiful country. If I get a chance another 7 times, I would love only to get birth in this country. I traveled a lot of places, and you know, when we talk about manufacturing, Germany is a country which is very famous for its engineering. I got at least 4 times I got the opportunity to visit Germany only this year, visit so many exhibitions. And one thing I must tell you, in Hanover MACE as well as GIFA, there are some of the innovators who are sitting here who participated there in those international exhibitions. Indian companies have made a mark in both the exhibitions. It was not like earlier. It was not, otherwise any international exhibition, last 1 decade you see only Chinese. But during this Hanover MACE and this GIFA, it was more Indian presence. More than that, more than the exhibitors, it was the visitors from India which were there. But when we talk all of these, when we talk a lot of great about India, but is it the right thing what we are doing here when it comes to manufacturing? You go and ask any manufacturer, especially the SMEs, the people who are there, the smile will be they are having within, and inside that smile, whatever they are putting there are a lot of challenges, there are a lot of agonies. After going to these international exhibitions, talking, because many manufacturers whom I talk to, they tell me one thing, how we can sell out of India. That is the first thing what they are telling. How we can export. Can you tell me, if you are in the media, if you are able to tell us how to export? But when I go outside, every manufacturer outside India is telling, how I can sell in India? So before 3-4 years, I never knew or how to give an answer. But when I was seeing this, there is an irony, right? We are having already a great Indian market. Everyone wants to come and sell here, but our Indians wants to go and sell outside. And after talking to people, after understanding such situation, I am just telling you my understanding. There is only one country, people in one country who do not respect Indian products is India. But an Indian company, go to an international company, their requirement is there, they look at quality and timely delivery. Money is not a problem. For them, this too is important. You give the job, they will never leave you. Because when I was there in Frankfurt last time, they are having Samsung Products is having a company here. 80% of their products, casting products are from India, in Germany. So there was a question from my colleague one of the media friend asked there. So how much money you are saving from importing all these casting from India? So they told, we are not saving even a single rupee importing from India. Same cost if we can manufacture those castings in Frankfurt, but they don't have people. So one, India is not cheap. People understand that. At Hanover MACE, when I spoke to Dr. Jairam Varadaraj of LG Equipments, I asked this question, sir, they are having their own subsidiary there. They are having a team of 120 people. They are competing with all the European and other global players. So it's a proud moment for an Indian to talk to an Indian manufacturer there. And I just asked him this question. So we have a price advantage in Europe selling LG products. He was little bit icked and he was telling, we don't sell cheap. India is not cheap. India is premium. But friends, the real challenge is that is what we don't understand here in India. Now, it is very easy to pinpoint, right? That we Indians do not respect Indians. But that is not really the fact. The fact is that it is the culture. It is the culture which is deep inside with us for a very long time. With this 75 years, 75 innovations, our step is to change this culture, this thought, we know, which will take decades and decades. And when we thought about this project, the first thing what we thought is we would like to get associated with a college. The first college we reached out was Pimpri-Chinchwad College of Engineering, Desai Saab and Dr. Govind Kulkarni Saab. And from that time, last 1 year, we don't have to look back. The kind of support this college, Dr. Narendra Diore sir, and everyone, the faculties, the management who helped us in setting this up was completely astonishing. Friends, we have a small exhibition here where you can find those innovators, the Sesame innovators who is trying to make India proud. Please take your time, go and visit them, talk to them, understand their challenges, and let me know if I am wrong. And also we are having some knowledge sessions. We are having some beautiful, programs. We request you, all of you to come. And once again, I take this opportunity to thank all of you, thank all of the innovators, and thank PCCOE for giving this opportunity, for bringing all these innovators here. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, sir, for your astonishing words. Indeedly, India is a great country. I now diligently invite Dr. Surekha Deshmukh, Chair IEEE Section, to address the gathering. Ma'am, please.
Very good morning to one and all. First foremost, I must thank Dr. Kulkarni sir, management of PCCOE, for organizing 2 conferences as well as having industry exhibition under this paradigm of these 2 to 3 days. As an IEEE representative, I do look at this scenario as a kind of a perfect, true spirit and a demonstration of what all comes under IEEE. Because if you see the general chair of both the conferences, when they came over here and when they mentioned about the kind of response that they have got for these two conferences, interesting part for all of us to acknowledge is these two conferences, they do encompass majority of the engineering branches and the specialty under engineering branches, starting with mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electronics, communication, control, computation, and that's exactly where IEEE comes into picture. Majority of you must be aware of IEEE, which is world's largest professional organization, having more than 39 technical societies, which encompass all the engineering branches. And having such sort of conference is nothing but amalgamation of the kind of research that happens in engineering community with an intent to research and innovation. Innovate and come up with something which is important for mankind and humanity. The third most interesting launch and inauguration that's going to happen today, or which has happened today, is about that exhibition. When I heard about the exhibition, what I like the most is exhibition is nothing but the fact. Whatever we discuss as per conferences are concerned is nothing but an attempt to research and come up with an innovation. And unless and until there are some who come up with practicing that research, bring that value to the table, we never say that there is a realization of ideation, demonstration, and then creating that value in terms of a product. So going to that exhibition is nothing but witnessing the amount of research researchers do, amount of investment investors do, and amount of engineering innovation happens, converting that research into the real product. And that's the journey which we see under IEEE, and this journey I have been witnessing for last 23 years as a member of IEEE, as a volunteer of IEEE. And meanwhile, when there was 1 minute of blackout that we have observed, and when light came back, we all were happy, and that's the field I belong to. I bring light. I belong to power and energy society. I'm an electrical engineer, so day in and day out, I do develop data analytics and AI ML capabilities so ever as to make this electricity utility industry 100% reliable, coming up with the quality power. And of course, we need this kind of a backup in terms of generator, DG set, provided there is a kind of a shutdown, whatever happens for a few minutes. Now, after acknowledging the organizers having such sort of a platform in terms of conference as well as exhibition, where we are going to meet stakeholders. Stakeholders in terms of researchers, academia, industry, students, say PG candidates, PhD candidates. See, we are fortunate today that we have stalwarts from SPPU. So big round of applause for having great presentation from Savitribai Phule University, because we owe to them. We belong to them. And the kind of NEP that we are witnessing in India, we really want revolution to happen in education sector, which is absolutely today's need. So when we see the mission of Prime Minister as per Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is concerned, and the other most important expectation from every Indian is Atmanirbhar Bharat. And that's exactly what Mr. Hari Shankar demonstrated. He demonstrated the capability of an Indian to be Atmanirbhar. So we have to trust ourselves, we need to trust our intelligence, and we need to really demonstrate the outcome of that intelligence by collaborating with professional organizations like IEEE, as well as some other engineering and science professional organizations. So just to give 2 more minutes and give you an overview of what we do at IEEE Pune section. IEEE Pune section is established in year 2010. So it is around 10 to 12 years mature professional organization. And we do have student branches across more than 15 engineering colleges. We have more than 18 technical society chapters, as I mentioned, which uncovers each and every element of engineering and science, giving opportunity for all the stakeholders to come together, collaborate, network, and work together. Most interesting trust areas of IEEE Pune section, which we started this year, is on climate change. Every one of us, indirectly, directly, it getting impacted, influenced, affected because of climate change. And this is the time when each one of us very vigilantly is coming up with a kind of a mission of contributing to combat climate change. I feel honored being an Indian to contribute to IEEE Climate Change Committee, which is global committee where we have 12 members across world. And last year IEEE contributed in COP, and this year also IEEE is going to contribute in COP28, which is going to happen in Dubai. And along with those 12 members, I feel proud that I will be one of them representing India and contribution from IEEE community, and of course as an electrical engineer. Another segment where there is great amount of collaboration or great amount of opportunity for collaboration, which is there for educational institutions across India, AICT, and of course as SPPU is over here, I must take this opportunity to appeal for that collaboration where we really envision to go for NEP. And National Education Policy 2020 has opened up opportunities like never before, and IEEE is the perfect technical collaborator which will bring value to what is envisioned by academicians, what is envisioned by the Ministry of Education at central as well as at state. So very soon, Gosavi sir, you will find in your email box my email requesting you for your time for the meeting. And third, contribution of IEEE, I must bring to the table, it is about innovation. It is about opportunities to be given for youngsters. See, when we talk about climate change, though I'm a part of a core committee, if you see that on an average age of this particular room itself, probably we are. Question is, when we talk of climate change and when we see what kind of impact it has already created on the globe, to be able to try to create a positive lever, the generations which are coming after 10 years, 20 years are probably experience the difference. We need to start today. But the young generation is going to experience that difference. And that's one of the reasons, if you see globally, all the nations, they have come up with their targets. All those targets are down the line for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, based on the maturity of that particular nation, based on the resources, etc., etc. It means youth is the one which must get mobilized and sensitized and get into the mainstream as per climate change is concerned. And that's one of the reasons, keeping in mind this need of an, say, our globally, IEEE has signed MOU with Transition Venture Capital. The objective of this particular MOU is to create and search for such young minds, entrepreneurs, startups who are planning to come into the business of climate change and coming up with engineering and science-based solutions where they will be funded. And I have already appealed multiple colleges in Pune city as well as SPPU so ever as to join hands with us so that there will be some pilot coming from Pune. This is a national level mission, of course. And yesterday I came back from Canada because I was invited over there for Section Congress. And President of IEEE, who is Dr. Saifur Rahman, he has, I feel proud that he has mentioned the kind of vision Pune has. He has mentioned the kind of vision Pune section comes with representing India. And I felt proud to represent India even at Canada for the Section Congress, where there were more than 180 countries, more than a gathering of 1,200 members across the world. Ultimately, what I mean to say on this platform is knowing the vision of PCCOE, having the vibrant leadership in terms of Dr. Kulkarni sir and the management, there is a long way to go. Long way to go so that we will create some benefits, real benefits to the community and society. So with this, I thank management and the team for inviting me to represent IEEE. We feel proud of IEEE being a technical contributor for all the conferences, but we are a little bit strict as per quality of content is concerned because IEEE is treated to be world's largest authentic platform of research, and that's why there is no bit of liberty expected in that particular case. Thank you very much for having me over here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for briefing us about IEEE. It's always such pleasure and wonderful listening to you. May I now request all our dignitaries on dais to please release the souvenir of the conference proceedings. This souvenir is a testament to our dedication, our shared vision, and the spirit of this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, as the souvenir is being unveiled, let us serve as a reminder of our commitment to excellence, the bonds we have forged, and the promise of more successful conference to come. Thank you so much. Today, we stand honored and humbled to have with us the eminent Shri Anil Datar, ex-director at ARDE DRDO, Ministry of Defense, Government of India, as our today's guest of honor. Shri Datar retired as the Director General, ACE, from DRDO in 2015. He was responsible for 10 DRDO labs, which were engaged in weapon systems development and related fields, including armaments, combat engineering structures, and equipments. Before that, Sir worked as a director at ARD Pune for 5 years from 2009 to 14. Sir held Dr. B's advisor for armament systems after his retirement in 2017. Sir, it's indeed an honor to have you with us today. I now very fervently invite Sir to say a few words on this occasion. Please, sir.
Dr. Gosavi, Dr. Govinda Kulkarni, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and all the participants. A very good morning to all of you. At the outset, I thank the PCET and all the organizers of two conferences here for inviting me for this inaugural event. It's my pleasure to be here with international experts, the academicians, and out here. That is because the domain I come in is for the defense technology, wherein I do develop systems. And very many times when I go for seminars and conferences, people ask me, oh, your domain is there to kill people. But definitely it's not for that. It is to save the people to get killed. Because it is strength respects strength, so we need to be stronger than anybody else. And that is how we come into this domain. Our efforts are always multidisciplinary, multidimensional, fiercely challenged by technology gaps and economics of the business. What we look into is amalgamation of science and technology and engineering concepts to satisfy needs of the users, that is the armed forces. And that is why we keep our presence in every conference to regenerate ourselves, to keep our urge to innovative minds awake for all the times. You are having expert applications, mechanical, civil engineering. These are crucial for human society. And that is because we are facing much faster changes in our needs, in availability of building blocks for sustainable development like materials, resources, etc. And as well as we have to address rapid technology growth. For both these conferences, apart from knowing latest developments in respective fields, emphasis on innovation for betterment of society is very important. I like that slogan given for IMAC, that is Green and Smart System, where the slogan is going regularly by energy efficient novelty on ground, and of course, most of the developments in missile technology. For example, the coating entry vehicle for the intercontinental ballistic missile is now providing application for artificial limbs for the paraplegic human. Which will give him camouflaging effect in any kind of environment. So many things will happen. There are plenty of such technologies ahead for us. Thus, the new innovations provide larger panorama and wide scope for our innovative minds. So how we are going to serve the society? As engineers, we need to solve technology and business problems for organizations who want to innovate, adapt, and enter new markets using expertise in emerging technologies. We need to build technology business models and cultivate innovation culture. Innovation is the key factor. Knowledge, good education, and curiosity are most important resources that one needs to innovate. They give human capacity for new ideas which lead to new technologies and products. Education institutions like yours are there to provide good education. They will provide qualitative inputs which you demand. Both of you together, the academia and the researcher, should build up knowledge base and properly store and spread it. However, most important element is curiosity, which must be ingrained in every one of you. I am happy to see that this institution is providing platform to address all these elements. One has to maximize usage of this opportunity. Today, society is changing very fast. Their needs are changing due to globalization as well as rapidly growing technologies. At the same time, we are facing critical issues like damage to environment, human health problems, dwindling resources like energy crisis, the double-edged sword of science and technology, which necessitates rational thinking for its use. And every branch of science and technology will require new innovations to address these problems. I will not go into details of the topics because I am sure they will be covered in these conferences. What is important is, at present, focus is on areas that are being considered that they must be discussed everywhere, anywhere, wherein innovators need to keep their attention. It is important to express them at such events. And that is why I will give you some ideas of what we are looking for building up future products or technologies. The most immediate attention has to be on future of mobility. Whether it is on land, in air, over or underwater, it is needed to give faster, efficient economic means and at the same time escape from problem of squandering resources, destroying the landscapes, causing noise and polluting environment. Intelligent cooperation of various means of transport will take the edge off from various conflicts and establish a new balance of interests. Requirement of cheap and inexhaustible supply of energy, apart from the solar power, water-based energy solutions is important, but more importantly, safe and secured nuclear power and innovations in that area are must. How we are going to manage these resources? The natural resources can be considered as capital, and you don't want to lose your capital. So there will be vast clean technologies in continuation to high technologies, and that is the key factor. The chemistry has to be right, particularly in building materials. There was a time when we said that future society cannot go without plastics, and today we are saying no to plastics. So as the environment changes, we need to change our requirements of various materials and build materials which will not get stockpiled on the surface of the earth and destroy us. Biodegradable materials are very much important. So these tailor-made chemical materials becomes the prerequisite. Another aspect is very strange, but after COVID has become very prominent. That is, technology is leading to work from home for all. The transition from industrialized society to information society is altering sphere of life. Computer technology is making entire wings of large offices blocks superfluous. Factories, workshops, and even service companies are necessarily getting streamlined. Work from convenient places without compromising quality and productivity is going to be a critical need, and you require a lot of innovations for this. There are certain other areas which form the matrix of needs and matrix of innovations are required. As I said earlier, the nature as capital, protecting from using, that is, no squandering of natural resources, etc., are also important things. So this is how I have placed certain issues. Your specific domains may be different at this time, but you will address these issues for your future work if it cannot be applied to the present work altogether. Situations are always dynamic. The needs mentioned here may get changed as technology advances. This is a spiral going upward. I just thought to mention them so that innovations also become dynamic. With this thought process, let me wish you all successful event leading to more successful developments and products and services. Once again, I thank the organizers for organizing these conferences and hope everybody gets motivated to build our future. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to be changed. The leader adjusts the sails. I am delighted to introduce the eminent Dr. Suresh Gosavi, sir, our today's chief guest, whose insights and experience promises to enlighten and inspire us all. So the day would be short enough to share all your achievements. I'll just briefing out the major achievements made by sir in his career so far. Sir is working as a Vice Chancellor for SPPU, Savitribai Phule Pune University. He also worked as VC for Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded, and many reputed institutions around the Maharashtra. Sir has completed his MSc and PhD from the Department of Electronic Science, University of Pune, in electronic science field in 1990 and 1996 respectively. Sir is also a postdoc fellow from Department of Electronics and Computer Engineering, Oregon Graduate Institute of Science and Technology, USA. Sir is also certified auditors to give various compliances for laboratories. Sir has many national, international research paper and patents. Patents Sir has. Mainly to highlight, Sir has more than 6,000 plus citations so far, and 39, his H index is 39 and I-10 index is 128. So congratulations, sir. Sir is also, yeah. So I told that the day would be short enough. Please, sir.
Well, a brief introduction is I'm a student of science and I'm still learning. Yeah. Okay, so dignitaries sitting on the dais, our senior colleague, guest of honor, Sri Anil Dathar, former director, ERD, DRDO, Ministry of Defense, the director of PCCOE, Dr. Govind Kulkarni, the conference chair, Dr. Kishore Kenge and Ajay Gaikwad, Dr. Surekha Deshmukh, who represent the chair of IEEE Pune section, Sri Hari Shankar, my senior colleague sitting in the audience, Professor Amanerkar, my colleague from the department, from the university, Professor Manohar Chaskar, Dean Science and Technology, the colleagues all the way travel from overseas, okay, who is going to be delivering a first lecture on electron beam technology interaction with the matter. Well, I'll allow to attend it, but in the interest of time, I may have to leave, but definitely I'll be listening that if it is recorded. And other colleagues, okay, who have traveled across the country and all over the world for attending these two conferences, okay, which talks about the computing, communication, control, automation, okay, and the second one is machine and civil engineering, which comes, okay, which really works hand in hand, wherein the basics of this is chip, and I comes from that background, okay, so almost a long experience to work with Professor Amanerkar on lithography technology, and I love to talk on that. Now, we are in the era of 2023, where we are talking about chip manufacturing in India, and if everyone witnessed that, okay, 2 months before, okay, our Honorable Prime Minister and the Minister of IT has announced that we will have a chip manufacturing foundry in India. And at present, we are having 3 nanometer node having the gate length of 48 nanometer and the actual metal 24 nanometer. So one side we are talking about nanoscience and nanotechnology, and basically the research are really wondering that if the pitch size and the gate size become comparable to the Bohr exciton radius of that material, then what will happen? Because we are basically using the interconnects by using either copper or gold material. So and therefore the technology is really evolving towards the silicon plus technology and CMOS plus technology, wherein I will have a single crystal silicon for manufacturing, or which I will be having nanocrystalline or microcrystalline silicon, in which I will be manufacturing the devices, and therefore I would call this as a silicon plus technology. And this is what the future of the country is, wherein the topics which will be discussed here in this particular conference, where we are talking about energy and power electronics, okay? So normally I look at it from the chip point of view, wherein I say that scaling down to the smaller feature size, whether it will really affect RC time constant or not, and then if it is affecting the RC time constant, that means it's going to affect the frequency of the device, okay? So just shrinking that particular device to the smaller feature size, because every 2 years we are shrinking the device for power. And the next generation device which we are planning for this particular year 2023 is going to work on the power supply of 0.62 volt. Okay, so that means now the device has to have a good accuracy, reliability into true sense, because the 0 and 1 level is going to be very, very short, so that a demarcation line becomes really, really crucial. And therefore, one needs to really design the device in true sense, which will be reliable. And from that perspective, I'm looking at this particular technology, which will be a booming technology in India in the year December 2024, where we really required more than 10,000 skilled students who are good in working in clean room technology for manufacturing of a chip. Okay, and from that perspective, I'm looking at this particular conference, wherein the requirement for integration, I would say, when I'm saying integration, this integration comes outside system integration. System integration, we have to really talk about, it deals with the frequency, okay? And from that perspective, we need to really integrate whatever are the discussion done here in both the conferences, which is going to be on control system, and second one is mechanical, okay? So another area of my interest in mechanical system is fluid dynamics. And especially on fluid dynamics, we are talking about the microliter reagent reaction kinetics on chip. And the idea is, okay, like I should have a device, okay, which will be a smaller, which will be use and throw, wherein I should be able to prick my blood. They are already available, but okay, I should have a complete analysis done. Okay, so basically real-time analysis of a human being. And basically I'm looking at this from different perspective, where it to really screen large, instead of discussing them in isolation, bring them together and see that, okay, how it can come up with a good integration of a system. Again, when I talk about this CMOS technology, silicon technology, we need to really recall the major contribution done by Gordon Moore. More or more, okay? So basically the law is still valid, and probably there will be a violation when the size becomes comparable to the Bohr exciton radius, but I've been reaching to that level is going to be really, really crucial, okay? But probably this particular generation might witness it, okay? So then factory integration. So basically when I'm saying system integration, wherein we have to really discuss the design, which will be focusing on the architecture and how to integrate them heterogeneously, because there are a couple of blocks has to be integrated for a system design. At the same time, when I'm saying integration of a different kind of devices on chip, okay, I normally talk about high power devices and low power devices at the same time. So basically the new technology which is coming up is hybrid technology, and from that perspective we may have to really think on this chip design aspect, okay? And probably in the years to come, we may have to think beyond CMOS, because we are presently talking about the memory devices which are being manufactured by silicon technology or germanium by using a gallium arsenide or technology, but still, I'm thankful to the organizer for inviting me here to at the entire conference carefully interact.
So session for ICCUBEA will be in building number 6 on first floor, second floor and third floor. The schedule is already according to that after the inaugural function. On different technologies, nanotechnology, VLSI, CMOS technology, system integration, and different aspect of it, and how the student can take part in that. And you also mentioned that by the end of December 20, she has enlightened about IEEE activities, how it has happened, the IEEE chapters which are there. So madam, in PCC also we are having an active IEEE chapter. And she has also talked about the climate change committee, which she is also member of that, and lot of IEEE contribution in NEP, and also innovation, the opportunity for the youngsters. She has also talked about the transition venture capital, which is funding for the startups. So there also definitely we can contribute, our student can take benefit of that. And she also talked about the quality of paper. So madam, we assure you, all the papers which accepted here and presented, they have gone through a rigorous process, and they are accepted, and that's why they are presented. We have used a very good plagiarism tool, a license tool. Through that, all the things happen. So we are assuring you about the quality. I am also thankful to Mr. Harishankar from the machine maker, and he has given like lot of insight. He has shown like how Indians are important, Indian manufacturing industry, how they contributing to the growth of India, and how the outside world look at India. So he has talked about his experience and the exhibition which is being here about 75 innovations for 75 years. So I request all the students also and the participant just visit that and have a look into these innovations. So thank you, sir, for your contribution as well as for your presence here. I am also thankful to our director, sir, his constant support, a strong pillar for this particular successful organization, execution of this particular conference. So thank you very much, sir. So sir has already briefed about the PCCOE vision, mission. So we are definitely following that particular path and will achieve what is being targeted. And I am also thankful to the general chairs, Dr. Kinge sir and Dr. Gaikwad sir, for the total organization of these conferences, both the conferences, and also to the most important, the student volunteers, without whom this particular process cannot be executed. Also all the committee members, organizing committee members who are working here to for all the aspect of this organization, right from beginning, from the planning to the sessions, the registration and all other things. So I'm very much thankful to them because without them this conference would not be successful. So on behalf of PCC, I welcome all the delegates, all the participants, and wishing them best of luck for the further presentations. So hereafter the session will start at the respective location. As I told you, for ICCUBEA it is in the building number 6, academic building, floor number 1, 2, 3, and it is as per the schedule already shared with you. And for IMACE it is in building number 9, the mechanical building, and the schedule is also shared with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your announcements. With this, I, Praful,
and I, Anjali,
officially declare the conference inaugurated. A warm thanks to all the dignitaries on the dais, faculty members, and young aspirants. Thank you all for being a part of this inaugural ceremony. Looking forward to have you for next inaugural of IMACE and ICCUBEA 2024. Thank you very much.
Interaction of electron and ion beams with materials, physical models, mathematical modeling, technology optimization, material science, etc. Dr. Katia did publish more than 230 papers in specialized scientific journals and proceedings and worked upon more than 63 projects across the globe. She had also delivered guest lectures in Japan, Germany, India, Romania, Slovakia. Few of the remarkable achievements by Dr. Katia Vutova are: in the year 2014, she received Academic Achievement Award for Progress in field of electron beam technologies, Union of Electronics, Electrical Engineering and Communications, and Federation of Scientific and Technical Unions in Bulgaria. In the year 2016, she was awarded with the Invitation Fellowship Short-Term FY 2016 JSPS for research in Japan. In the years 2000, let us come together with open heart and mind, ready to learn, to be inspired, and to contribute to the legacy of academic achievement that Professor Vutova embodies. So I take the privilege to call upon stage Dr. Katia Vutova to address the gathering on the occasion. Please, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. First of all, I would like to thank the director and the conference chair for inviting me to deliver a plenary lecture at this conference on computing, communication, control and automation. It's an honor for me to be in your college for the first time and in India again after my last visit in India 4 years ago before the COVID pandemic. This is the title of my presentation. Next slide, please. Okay. I am from Bulgaria. Bulgaria is a small southeastern European country. It's a member of the European Union. On the next you see the Bulgaria and our borders, to the north Romania, to the west Macedonia and Serbia, to the south Greece and Turkey, and to the east Black Sea. The population of my country is between 6.57 million and 2 million live in our capital, Sofia. Next slide, please. Next, I will skip, thank you for the nice introduction, I will skip my CV. Okay, a very brief information about the Bulgarian Academy of Sciences. This is the main building of our academy. It's in the center of Sofia, next to the Bulgarian Parliament. The academy was established in 1869, and nowadays the academy includes 50 independent and autonomous research institutes, laboratories, and centers in different research fields. In one of them, information and communication sciences and technology, there are 5 institutes of our academy. You see another fields. My institute, Institute of Electronics, is one of the 12 institutes in the field of nanosciences, new materials and technologies. Next, please. Other field of research and corresponding institutes work in these fields. Next, please. Next, please. Okay. And also there are some specialized and supporting units. Next slide, please. This is my institute, Institute of Electronics, is one of the institutes of our academy. It was established in 1962, and first director and was the academician Emil Jakov, a pioneer in development of radio physics and electronics in Bulgaria. Next slide, please. Here you can see the administrative and scientific structure of our institute. The total staff is about 100 people in 10 research laboratories. There is a director, scientific council, and council of scientists general. Next slide, please. Many research institutions in European countries, also with USA, Canada, India, Japan, China, and others. Next, please. We also have some activities, some educational activities in supervising PhD students, and also master science and bachelor science graduation thesis preparation in cooperation with universities. No. Oh. Maybe this one. Okay, we also have activities in organizing different scientific international conferences and events. Oh, no. But, back, please. Back. Here, okay. It's okay. One of these conferences is the International Conference on Electron Beam Technologies. The main organizer of this conference is our laboratory, started in 1985. The last one was last year, and the selected papers were published in the Journal of Physics Conference Series in Scopus. We plan to organize the next one next year. It will be the back. Okay. The next one we plan to organize next year again in Varna. Another international conference is organized by our institute is the International School on Vacuum, Electron and Ion Technology, and the next will be this September. And the third international event is the School on Quantum Electronics. The last one was last year in September. Next, please. A few words about our laboratory physical problems on electron beam technologies. Our research and development activities includes physics and characterization of intense electron beams. We have also in the field of electron beam and ion beam lithography, mainly in development mathematical models and simulation tools. Another field of our activities is melting and refining. We have collaborations with different research centers and companies. Our long-term collaboration with CIMET Hyderabad is in this field. We started our collaborations in 2009 when Dr. Dinesh was the Director General in CIMET. And we still continue our collaboration under different scientific projects. They are under the bilateral agreement between DST India, and the Ministry of Education and Science in Bulgaria. Okay, next please. Here are some of our current collaboration. Next please. Next. In this year, our institute celebrated 60th anniversary of its founding, and at the celebration, the Best Scientific Achievement Award went to our team for results in the field of electron beam refining of technogenic materials for different applications. Next, please. Okay, now I'll continue. Okay, I will try first. Okay. Okay, this works. Thank you. Now I will continue with my talk in the same field of electron beam melting and refining of different technogenic materials. Okay. The increasing demand for pure and high quality metals in various industries has led to the development of new technologies for refining metals and recycling metallic technogenic materials. In vacuum induction melting, the melted metal in the crucible is contaminated by the refractory materials of the crucible and the absorbed gases. These disadvantages were overcome in vacuum arc melting with melting electrodes in a copper water-cooled crucible. But this method doesn't provide the required purity of the materials for many specific applications. In addition, this method required the fabrication of electrodes and multiple melting of the material. For manufacturing of near-net-shaped complex geometries and structures, additive manufacturing is used by adding material in layer form. These methods have some advantages over the traditional manufacturing, but they still have some limitations, such as poor mechanical properties, limited material availability, and other. Electron beam melting and refining method has been proposed as an efficient and lossless technological method for production of pure metals from technogenic materials. Okay, on this slide you can see the diagram of the electron beam drip melting process. This is the installation where we performed our experiments in electron beam melting and refining of different metals in our laboratory. On this table, you can see the chemical composition of some of the studied technogenic refractory and reactive metals, hafnium, molybdenum, and titanium, prior the electron beam treatment. The operating process parameters are presented in this table, and the experiments were carried out under different operating beam power, respectively operating temperature, and under different refining time. For determination of the chemical composition of the materials before and after e-beam melting, different techniques were applied. And the microstructure of the metal samples obtained after electron beam refining are characterized by these microscopes. During the refining process, the impurity removal could be realized through degassing or through distillation. Here you can see the vapor pressure of the basic metallic materials. The first one is in the case of technogenic hafnium, the second one is for molybdenum, and the third one is for titanium scrap. You can see the vapor pressure of the base metal as well as the vapor pressure of the main controlled metallic impurities in these materials. The results indicate that in the case of hafnium, metallic impurities, iron, chromium, and zirconium can be evaporated because their vapor pressure are higher than the vapor pressure of the base metal. For titanium, the vapor pressure of iridium and tungsten are much lower than the vapor pressure of the base metal, so they cannot be removed by evaporation due to these thermodynamically conditions. Okay. Now, here you can see the total content of impurities in the investigated technogenic materials, hafnium, molybdenum, and titanium, after treatment under different technological regimes. The parameter beta is for refining effectiveness, and it is calculated using this equation. The obtained results are shown in this slide, and the results shows that when increasing the temperature for refining of hafnium, the first figure, the increasing of temperature does not lead to increase in purification of the material. It can be explained by the fact that zirconium was in the high content. It's about 90% of all impurities present in hafnium. The best purification was obtained at the first temperature, 2700, for 8-minute refining time. In the case of titanium, increasing of temperature and increasing in the refining time lead to increase in the refining efficiency, and the best refining was obtained at the last two temperature for 45 minutes refining. Here are presented the microstructure of samples from initial technogenic materials studied on the first line, and the microstructure of the specimen after e-beam treatment in the conditions of the highest process effectiveness. For titanium, after the best molybdenum refining, body-centered cubic structure with a mean grain with diameter of 100 micrometers is seen, and it's due to the slow cooling of the material at the heat treatment. One of the main mechanical characteristics of metals is their hardness. Therefore, we have compared the hardness of the initial investigated materials with the hardness of the samples after purification in the conditions of the highest refining efficiency. The results are presented in this table, and they indicate that after E-beam refining and impurity removal, the hardness of the obtained metal samples decreases. The development and application of mathematical modeling and simulation of the electron beam refining processes are necessary and required to improve and optimize the technological conditions and to improve the quality of the produced purified metal materials. A non-stationary heat model for simulation the thermal transfer in the metal ingot solidified in cylindrical water-cooled copper crucible was developed. The system of the main equation and the corresponding boundary and initial conditions is obtained, is defined, and this system is solved applying modified by us Pisman-Reckford method. There are two problems that were defined for finding the solution, P1 and P2, these problems are reduced to solving three diagonal system of linear equations for which Thomas method is used. The heat model is programmed and data of practical importance can be achieved concerning liquid metal pool geometry characteristics, heat flows through the boundaries, as well as temperature distribution in the metal ingots cross sections. Though is validated with some experimental data. The experiments were performed for different metals such as copper, titanium, and tantalum. And the data for the molten pool geometry, especially radius and the depth of the pool, are compared. And it's seen a good correspondence between the experimental and simulation results. A statistical approach was applied to estimate the kinetic dependencies of the impurities concentration and the material losses based on experimentally data obtained at electron beam melting of titanium. These figures present the final concentration of different impurities. For this case, you can see the oxygen concentration and contour plots for calcium concentrations, as well as the contour plots of the material losses versus the independent process parameters, electron beam power, and casting velocities. The first figure shows that there are two different areas with minimal oxygen concentration. Okay, this one and this one. In the case of calcium impurity, the area is completely different for minimal calcium concentration. And this is the area for minimal material losses. So we find different areas for minimizing different impurities. In the case of electron beam refining of titanium, the oxygen removal together with minimizing the material losses are of major importance. This figure shows the contour plots of oxygen concentration correspond to 400 ppm, and also contour plots of the material losses of 1%. The market area is the common area between these two plots. In this market area, we can achieve the concentration of oxygen less than 400 ppm and also material losses less than 1%. So thus a compromise solution satisfied both requirements can be found. And this marked area corresponds to these process parameters. Beam power in this range and casting velocity in this range. In conclusion, it's shown that the efficiency of electron beam refining can be increased, and the results are important to optimizing the purity and quality of the metals obtained for responsible applications. The results obtained indicate that the development mathematical models, simulation tools, and optimization approaches are able to study the peculiarities of e-beam refining processes, to quantitatively predict the liquid metal pool geometry, and allow us to recommend proper melting and refining conditions, ensuring better material refining. Thank you for your attention. If they have any questions.
Anyone is having any questions? No. You can be seated.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. As I look around, I see not just youthful faces, but potential, diversity of talent with extraordinary drive, ambition, and above all, commitment to excel. And I'm pretty sure that can be truly possible with today's knowledge sharing by Dr. Katia Vutova. We thank you, ma'am, for immense knowledge sharing session, which was more inclined towards practical implementation by using statistical approaches for the optimization of processes. So now I would like to request Dr. Rajeshwari, ma'am, Head of the Department, Computer Engineering, to present our today's guest of honor, Dr. Katia, with a memento as a token of love, honor, and appreciation on behalf of PCCOE Pune. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the respected delegates for taking their valuable time out and ensuring their presence here. As a college, along with other colleges and the universities that participated, we feel enlightened and believe that we got to learn many things from this conference. Thank you so much to one and all. This is Mrs. Pranita signing off. I'm sure that you all are looking forward for the next schedule of ICCUBEA 2023. All the very best to all the participants. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.